When I think back to the struggles my great-grandmothers had to face, I cannot help but be grateful for all they have done to get me, a young woman, on stage and expressing her own opinion freely. Good afternoon, my fellow young women. I did not have to fight for the right to education, the right to equality in the workplace, and the right to vote. And neither did you. We need to be incredibly thankful to our predecessors because with our commitment to societal beauty expectations, our attempt to balance household and academic duties, and the mental burden attributed to our gender, we can barely stay afloat. There has never been a more challenging time for women than today. Firstly, beauty expectations have reached a disturbing high in 2024. You would think that by this time our world would have evolved into a more accepting and kinder place. Most of us claim to be more inclusive, but are we really? Social media has impacted so many lives for the worse. Studies show that the more time you spend on social media, the more likely to lead to cyberbullying, social anxiety, depression, and exposure to inappropriate content. A study conducted by Facebook found that users, particularly teenage girls, had a significant increase in body image issues and suicide. Sadly, Jessica Scatterson died by suicide in 2017, and findings have revealed that the teen had been emotionally overwhelmed by abusive messages about her appearance on her social media. Viewers see families like the Kardashians and immediately want to be like them because they see their bodies or their clouts. They believe they need to emulate these standards in order to be attractive. People have invested in themselves, looking like others to the point where they've developed body image disorders and toyed with suicide like Jessica Scatterson. The Kardashian sisters have been criticized by many for perpetuating unrealistic standards. They've been known to alter their pictures by using Photoshops and filters to make themselves look more beautiful. Keeping up with the Kardashians is unfeasible because they perpetuate no stretch marks, bubble butts, perfect skin, and a flawless appearance. They also promote diet products and encourage unsafe dieting. Women are constantly faced with having to feel like they need to be perfect, which is the first reason to why it's never been more taxing to be a woman. Secondly, while our female ancestors fought so hard for equal rights, their great reward is that the demands are higher than ever. They are expected to somehow achieve in their homes and their careers. They must balance managing a job, raising a family, and maintaining the house. This does not put them on an equal playing field with men. High-level jobs require long hours. Women's devotion to their family makes it impossible for them to put in those hours, and as a result, their careers suffer. In a 2012 survey with more than 6,500 Harvard Business School alumni from many different industries, 73% of men and 85% of women describe this narrative as a way to explain women's stalled advancements when compared to men. It is important to mention that even though men are more active in parenting than they were 50 years ago, this responsibility still falls heavily on women because of ingrained gender stereotypes. A study that was done in 2021 based on gender equality in the home revealed that 91% of women with children spend around an hour each day on housework compared to 30% of men with children. Therefore, it is crucial that the basis of gender equality begins at home. Equal rights are not as equal as they sound. Thirdly, the mental burden that women carry is the invisible killer. In fact, the mental load is officially a term for the invisible labor involved in managing a household and a family, which typically falls on women's shoulders. This is also referred to as worry work or cognitive labor. The mental load is not about completing extra domestic or physical tasks, but rather managing them. It is overseeing the never-ending list of tasks for all the family members, including the emotional ones. Is your eldest child getting enough support in math this year? Is your youngest feeling respected by his friends? Have your kids been to the dentist this year? One study conducted in the American Sociological Review describes it as the way of anticipating needs, identifying options for filling them, making decisions, and monitoring progress. The Bright Horizons report found that 73% of working moms feel it's their job to stay on top of kids' schedules, and 53% are facing burnout because of the weight of these responsibilities. These statistics are worrisome and reveal why it's never been more challenging to be a woman. Circling back to my great-grandmothers, I want to reiterate the in-depthness that I and all young women should do and feel for their commitment to women's rights and equality. With that being said, the journey continues. Where do we go from here? Well, most importantly, it is crucial to consider that in today's world, being a woman isn't as easy as it looks from the outside perspective. Yes, in 2024, doors are open to women that have previously been closed, but now that we're in, there are new challenges to face, namely the unrealistic beauty expectations set out by social media, the impossible balance of work and home, and the silent but deadly mental load. Acknowledging these challenges is the first step in the healing process and in the continuing narrative of women's rights.